Enough's enough. I am just so sick and tired of seeing internet marketers all over the place, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, telling small business owners that in order to have a visible business, that they need to be marketing on social media. It's just not true. It makes me absolutely insane. And today I'm going to kind of take down that myth one step at a time. So, if this is your first time here, my name is Corey Logaitis. You are on Coffee with Corey right now. I am a strategist, coach, and professional speaker, and I help small business owners reduce their overwhelm. Today, I'm going to be sharing exactly what you need to do if you want to have a visible business without being on social media all the time. There's one specific thing that you are going to need, and it may surprise you. So stick around for the next 5 to 8 minutes to learn exactly what that is. In the meantime, if you want help getting visibility in your business right now, I do have a free resource for you. I want you to visit www.coreylowe.com/marketing personality. And you can take my marketing personality quiz. It is 100% free. It's a few quick questions. And what it does is it takes your unique personality to you, the business owner, your type of business, and it recommends for you what type of marketing you should be doing, digital or not, to help you grow your business. So that may help you out. Before I go ahead and dive in today, hey Saz, hey Mike, I see Mike's on. Wow, a whole bunch of people. Mindful Prana, thanks for joining. Awesome. So great. So I want to start off by sharing a story. This is something I usually do, but so earlier this year, it was actually right around the new year, I got to a point in my business where I just did not want to be online. I was just completely burnt out by it. Now, let me kind of share some perspective though. I am no stranger to online marketing. I've been doing it for over 10 years. I was a very, very early adopter of it. Before I was doing coaching the way I'm doing right now, I helped with my family's business and we were electronics distributors. So we made more money the more that our clients were able to sell. So, we were kind of the middleman between large vendors and then small mom and pop shops. And at that time, I saw social media in particular as being a game changer because it was something that people could get the visibility that they were looking for without spending a ton of money, because at that point in time, organic reach was off the charts. And for small mom and pop shops that didn't have the budgets that large Fortune 200 companies have, it was an incredible opportunity. So I was a very, very early adopter of social media. I've been doing it 10, 15 plus years. And you may or may not have noticed, even on my social media platforms right now that you guys are viewing this on, I don't have a small following. I have about 40,000 followers across all my different platforms. I'm not saying that as a humble brag. I'm saying that in that I know how to work social media to gain visibility, right? It's something I've been doing professionally for a long time. Even with that said, January of this year, I was completely burnt out by it. I was just sick and tired of it. And reason for that is because the way it was working 10 plus years ago when I first started is very different than the way it's working now. So like I mentioned early on, it was all organic reach. And right now it's a pay to play environment. So if you want to get your message in front of the right people at the right time, depending on who your market is and what your audience is, you could have to spend marketing dollars to amplify that. And if you're not doing that in a way that's strategic, then you're really more or less just burning your money. And I just got tired of throwing my money into this and I wanted to take a different tactic, and that's exactly what I did. So starting earlier this year, I went through building my business without necessarily relying on social media. And here's exactly how I did it. So for me, this is actually around the time that I started doing more professional speaking. I started booking more speaking engagements with local organizations like the Chamber of Commerce. Again, I work with small businesses and Chamber of Commerces are filled with small businesses. I started working with local networking groups. I started meeting people face to face, shaking hands, having coffee meetings, and building up my warm network that way. And not surprisingly, my revenue already in 2020 is more than double what it was in 2019 when I was relying solely on online marketing. I wasn't getting the audience I wanted, so I went offline and went directly to get the audience that I really did want to connect with. And now that I've been able to really leverage that, It's now much easier to come back to my online platforms and kind of share, everything I've learned offline. But without having that kind of perspective, it makes it really, really difficult. So the number one thing, however, that you really need to make sure that you're doing if you are marketing, if you want visibility at all in this day and age, and it's not social media, the number one thing that you really need is a well-designed website, right? Because probably the number one mistake I see small business owners make is they spend, all this time building up a Facebook account, building up an Instagram. They're spending money boosting their posts. They're, running online ads to, get likes on their Facebook page. But at the end of the day, these platforms own your potential customers. It completely blows my mind. At the end of the day, if you don't have a website that you are driving traffic to convert them into buying customers, or to at minimum get their email address, you are wasting your money. It is so, so important. So if in this day and age, your small business doesn't have a well-designed website that converts customers for you, people from, a visitor into a customer, and has clear and actionable call to actions, or CTAs as we call them in the marketing world, then you're doing your business a disservice, by spending more time on social media and less time on building an online presence. There's a big difference between the two of them. There's social media, there's online presence. Online presence is essential today. Social media is not. So, moral of the story is, if you want visibility, it's not about being on social media all the time. If you want visibility, it's about making sure that your specific message is in front of the right audience at the right time. That doesn't necessarily need to be online, but you do need to have a place to make sure that your message is clear and accessible, and that place should be your website. So hopefully this helped. I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions in just a second, but before I go ahead and do that, again, if you want to get more visibility without necessarily having to do social media, I do have a free resource for you. Visit www.corilowe.com/marketing personality. I'll make sure that I drop this in the comments before we end today. That is a free 5-minute quiz tops, where it's going to take your specific personality, your type of business, and then it's going to tell you what type of marketing tactics you could be doing that are not necessarily social media to help you gain visibility in your business. So hopefully that helps. Wow, a lot of people joined today. So I'm going to see if there's any questions quick. Thanks for doing this. You're very welcome. Yeah, social media, I agree. So the Mindful Prana said that, social media is getting really unhealthy and it's difficult to try to stay away from it. So if you are in a position where you're only on social media because you feel your business really needs it in order to succeed, know that this is not the case. You could definitely still grow your business offline as well as online. And again, try to focus instead on building a website. Oh, and Barbie is Mindful Prana. So nice to meet you today. All right, great. Perfect. So if no one else has any additional questions, hopefully this helped. I'm going to go ahead and drop that resource in the comments. I will be checking comments all day long on here. So I look forward to connecting with you, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for joining Coffee with Cori today.